Hello, beautiful, amazing, fantastic world, and you, individual out there. Today, I would like to speak about creating an atmosphere for social interaction or for allowing one to shine forth from the inner soul. That means you need to have a certain presence, you need to have a certain focus and intention on what is happening on this moment. When you are with other human beings, when you allow for a certain atmosphere, a certain aura in a sense, you allow for people to feel safe and sound. Of course, this is not something you do consciously automatically, it's something you train otherwise for yourself. And then it becomes kind of an autonomous thing when you are with other human beings, so that you don't use your consciousness to only observe that human being, but you have a certain atmosphere for everything that happens. It is to not limit what is going to happen in a situation. It is for allowance to let inspirational and creative opportunities to arrive. To be able to enjoy the moment and not taking it for granted. To enjoy what happens here and now and see what comes forth from our soul. Because if we have not planned anything, if we have not strategized on what to say, what to do, what to feel and think, things comes up by itself. You will feel the creative moment based on what comes, instead of what we have planned, because why should we plan something and know exactly what is going to happen? That is just boring. But for allowing the moment to show us what is supposed to be shown often brings about changes and beautiful dances of harmony. Of course, there might be a little discomfort here and there. You never know what comes, because in the moment you are honest with yourself. And if you are not, it will quickly be apparent, because, well, we are both sitting in the moment, and if one suddenly retreats and starts contemplating by themselves, you are obviously seeing that in the moment. But to be in allowance, to be in flow, to be in a certain stage of movement, because in this movement things comes, things go. Some things last a little longer than others, some things are barely noticeable, but it is here. Here and now you find your thought world, your emotional world, and the world of the will. So be curious and see what happens when you are with yourself and you are observing yourself as any other human beings. See what you are about. See what you have to say to the world to make it an upliftment. We do not want to suppress or manipulate and lie and make people feel small at all. You will uplift them so they can know what they are capable of doing. Because what you have been given in inner faculties of thinking, feeling and willing can be refined, strengthened, and it can be polished, become much stronger. Your memories, your faculties for feeling, and the concepts of picture you have of your feelings, you can understand it better. All of this can be strengthened. But by saying to yourself, no, what I have is what I got, and I can't become any better than this, means you have given up. That is why you always keep mobility, strength, inner faculties for understanding and love. We are in the age of love, after all. Our intellect can only reach so far, but with the intellect and emotions, you can go much deeper. And it's the depth that truly have many of the mysteries that we are so subconsciously looking for. Connection, true soul connection, that allows us for truly human interaction. And human interaction is so much different from any of the animals' interaction, or any of, well, any species outside human beings' interaction. We are thoroughly unique in this. It is amazing. So to actually cultivate your social skills and abilities, to make it so that you do not become more suffering than is necessary in this world, to become more of an uplifting force, a symbiosis with the earth, so that we become an extension of the earth in a sense, and an extension of the divine realm. Because we are both, we are meeting in the middle in a sense, becoming a certain harmony of both. As a third, we become the third part, the balance between those two. In this moment, in this present moment, here and now, most things can be achieved. Any healing, any discomfort you might have, anything you have gone through that might be grabbed a hold of and understood. If we try to push it away, it will never disappear because it is part of us. But if we want to understand it, we are given by the divine a much more gentler approach, because you show that you want to grab a hold of it. But if you do not, they become a little annoyed, they want you to do this, so they might push you a little extra. That is just the truth. The more we want to forget our life and our here and now, the more they will poke you and push you and annoy you, because they are annoyed. You are either not wanting to see, or you are not seeing the signs, the synchronicities, the small details here and there that might show up that reminds you of certain things. If you're constantly reminded of a thing, day by day by day, and trying to forget it, that is an example. It happens often. So to just be aware that we are constantly in cooperation and co-creation with the divine realm, with the hierarchy. Then you can slowly but surely grow into the perception of what is happening around you, behind the scenes in a sense, behind all the physical. To see what is forming the physical, what is forming us, what is bringing us as soul and spirit impulses into our body. The more you enjoy the moment, the more you get to know it, the more you get to understand it, the more you get to feel what is happening here and now. And here and now is important, because here and now is where you absorb anything into your soul and into your memories. So when you are conscious here and now and registering what you are sensing with your five senses, will be absorbed into your soul memory, and you can take it forth anytime and see the details of what you saw. But it has to be conscious absorption of what is happening, of happenings, of events. And when you do this once, twice, and so forth, it will strengthen, because you are using this faculty. You are strengthening this faculty. This is just an example, but it is the same with thoughts. It's the same with our dreaming emotions, our hazy emotions, and our sleeping will, because we can't see our will impulses. But we can have an outline of our emotional, and we are fully conscious of our thoughts. So if you combine and connect all three, you can get to, you see esoteric science here must be used as in an artistic approach, because it is no language that can describe this in a real way. It is only in picturesque, symbolized ways, but you understand where I come from here, because I speak in pictures to you. So if you are listening and absorbing my concepts, you are understanding where I come from, and you might get inspiration from it, maybe from experiences you yourself have had, and might, I don't know, do whatever you like with it. And this is, I think, what I have to say today. May the divine and Christ and the higher hierarchies guide us all on this beautiful path to growth, evolution, and love. I love you all. Thank you. Goodbye.